So, you remember yesterday? I was trying to figure out that word. I couldn't find. I
Yes.
remembered it because I'm a beast. It's called the word is obsequious. And I'm gonna pull up the definition here.
Oh my gosh, dude! I saw that word literally today.
Yeah, obsequious. So obsequious is obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. So, what I, to give you context on basically what I'm talking about is I saw this thing on TikTok, and me and Hudson, what one of the goals we share is like we want to be a lot more like have a lot more communicative skill and
Hmm.
basically expand our vocabularies to be able to talk in a very eccentric way if we need to,
Okay.
right? So I saw this TikTok, and it had this really interesting quote to it, and it was like a classroom, and there's like this teacher. It was like a bit or whatever, probably a clip from a show or something. Don't know what it was, and they were like talking about okay, like what's this word, and it was obsequious, and then obsequious, and the second word was assimilation. And the idea is obsequious assimilation. So if you know the definition of those two words, it basically means to absorb everything and learn it like obsessively, or to be incredibly attentive and excessive in your absorption of all knowledge. That's basically what it kind of means. So that's what I was trying to refer to, Hudson, when I was talking about last time.
Got it.
So I was like that, like because he was telling me, Hudson was telling me he's got a bunch of tabs saved on his home screen because he's a nerd. With different words that he just wants to like incorporate into his vocabulary,
Hmm.
and he just use more. I love that idea, and I don't know why I don't do it. I have a whiteboard. It's not sitting here now. It's sitting over there. It has my legs routine on it right now. But I normally keep words on it that I learn and want to use, like liberosis or paro. Um, I forget what both of those words mean, which is why I need, which is why I need it. But obsequious was the one I was
Dude,
trying to remember.
I literally saw that word today because in my tabs I was going through them, and one of the words is adulation, and it's obsequious flattery.
Obsequious
And so then
flattery.
yeah, and then I looked up obsequious and saw that when you said it, I was like, oh shoot, I
And
should
there you
probably put that.
go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Funny.
Dylan, you a wordy guy? Dylan, give me a big word right now.
Not really. You
Give
want
me,
me to give you a big word?
give me a big word right now.
Hippomonstrosis clipidaliophobia.
Ah, he was ready. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's the fear of long words.
Ah,
Really?
Yeah.
this dude. That was, that
Dang.
was actually super anticlimactic. I hated that definition. New word. New word. New word. New word. What else you got, Dylan?
Uh, that was pretty much it. That's
Dylan,
all I got.
Dylan, have you ever met a person who's like really good at communicating? You know what I'm talking about? Like they almost seem like very like it's like the ultimate form of an extrovert, where they're just able to literally talk to anybody and it just kind of works.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe, it's just an air around them where it's not necessarily the content of what they say, but it's just how they say it.
Hmm.
Those
It's
people,
it.
go for it, go for it.
Yeah, it's literally my coworker. Like literally, he has such like an approach. Like people just like come up to him and just talk to him, just randomly. We were standing in line today for lunch, and they literally like this one guy literally just came up. He's like, "Dude, I love your hat." And he's literally wearing like a Coors Beers hat, and he's like,
Wow,
"Dude, I love your hat." And he just like goes on and on. And they talk for like 20 minutes, and then he gets his lunch and leaves.
but his
It happens
hat,
all the time.
that's
Yeah,
nuts.
literally just about his hat. And then they started talking about like they started talking about how like, they wants to buy a house and like all this stuff. I was like, how in the world did you meet somebody and start talking about buying a house?
Like I see the advantages to that. Obviously, being able to like network and communicate and really meet better people, because obviously a byproduct of like those around you is based off of how you interact and socialize with others, right? So I a goal is to have people who are, an elevated level of people around you. You know what I mean? To kind of bring you up, and also people who are hungry to learn, who are excited to do new things, so you can push and do stuff with life, right? But I also don't want to talk to people. I don't want to talk to anybody. So that quality of like just, I would literally dread going anywhere if if some random dude is gonna be like, "Yo, I love your hat." I'm like, "Dude, this is a flat black hat. You
I
don't love
try to like
anything about
I
my
try to
hat."
talk to anybody I can, but I try to like start it like I try to make them laugh first because I can't just like start a conversation like just randomly with somebody. Like it never
Just
ends
a
well. They
rip,
always think I'm
just
weird.
like
Yeah,
cold turkey, or what is it?
yeah.
Is it a cold? It's not a cold read. What is it called? Cold
Yeah,
call.
colder.
I think it's more
Cold
like a
call.
cold call. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's tough. I don't enjoy that. That's why I think I'll never be a good communicator. I'm too much.
I generally don't go up to anyone I don't know. I don't up to any stranger and just start a conversation. Like I need to have some kind of background or common ground beforehand before starting a conversation with.
We all just nodded. I think we're all stuck in the same boat here. Me and Jordan are like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
I guess it depends on where I am.
Where you are,
Yeah.
name me the perfect setting. Where's the ideal social butterfly Dylan at?
I,
Are you in a bar? Are you chilling with the homies at a
no, it's
Zaxby's?
like if I feel like okay, never mind. It's like I guess who I'm with technically.
Or
Like
who you're with?
if I'm like with friends and like obviously I'm not going to that person like by myself. Like if there's like a person standing in line in front of me, like I'll make a joke and like make them laugh and then try to like start a conversation with them. But if I'm like standing there alone, I'm just gonna be on my phone, not talk to them. Just
Are you one of those
not
people
at
who's
all.
just like, if you're not like with somebody, you're just on your phone in public?
Yes, all the time.
How do you do that?
What do you mean?
I don't know how you do that. Listen, this is coming from a person. I stare at a screen for preference. I look at these monitors all the time, and I know you do too. But I don't do that in public. I'm not just on my phone.
Oh, I literally sat down. I ordered food and sat down on a little like waiting booth and watched a TV show. And just sat on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm just going to do like little errands and stuff, like, oh, I'm hungry, need to eat or die. Yes, I'll do that. I mean, it's just a part of my routine, like what I would do at home. Like I fill it with something. I'm listening to a podcast or like I'm catching up on this thing or whatever. I get that. But if I'm just like on a setting, especially when I'm with homies or I'm going to like something social, I'm not on my phone. I don't like to be on my phone because then I'm not aware of the impending doom around me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm somewhere in between. So if I'm out with friends, they have 100% of my attention. I'm not going to be on my phone at all. But if I'm alone, I'm typically not going to interact with strangers. I'll be on my phone. I'll, put in my earbuds, listen to music, listen to a podcast, whatever. But I'm not going to interact with the outside world unless I know the people
Turn your mic
beforehand.
down just a tad,
Yeah, a little bit.
just a little bit.
Maybe just move it away from your mouth.
These are the things you're kind of supposed to put in your mouth. That's what I'm doing. Ah,
Sorry, all up in y'all's ear.
try
There
now.
we go. How's that? A little bit better?
How's it not better?
It is better?
Okay, that's fine. This was fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, sick. Anyway, you said you're not really on your phone. Otherwise, you're just like it's a day. That's my thing. It's like at least at this point in my life, I'm not at a point where I'm just like doing things to socialize. The only time I will go anywhere other than this chair is if for responsibility or my friends are saying let's hang out.
See, I still like going out and doing stuff. Like, I don't like hanging out at my place a whole lot alone, but I'm okay with being alone outside of my house.
Well,
So,
you're also in college, and this is a temporary space, so you
Yeah.
refuse to even decorate. So unless it feels like,
Yeah.
you won't want to stay there. Look at
No,
Dylan,
but
look at
see,
Dylan's
like-
background. Look at Dylan's background. Look at my man is
yeah, no, I mean,
in there.
I have
Lives
I
there.
literally have nothing up.
my man
But
has
it doesn't, I've never even thought twice about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. You were like, you
Yeah.
don't have any decorations.
Yo,
And I looked around
Dylan,
myself,
listen, the second I stepped in
seeing
this
it,
place,
seeing it for the first time. I was like, yeah, you're right. I don't have any.
That's okay.
But I mean, I never even thought about it. Just because in my mind, it's a temporary space, like for a very short period of time.
so I just like sent you into a spiral of anxiety for the rest of your time there. Yeah.
You ever hang out?
No,
You ever
it was
hang out with
it was more of a passing, huh? and
Okay.
then moving on. Yeah.
You didn't get existential with it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I still got nothing. But I haven't even thought about it until you just brought it up.
Look at him look around at his empty apartment. That's funny. My man
On
Dylan's
some
got
level,
Timmy.
On some level, I'm kind of proud of it, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I see it as unique or something.
I literally though I only have like there and there. Like all my other walls are empty. So
They're not
Oh,
all
yeah?
supposed to be filled. That's clutter. That's what that's
I know,
called.
but like that's only there because Ramon gave it to me and he said he wanted to see it on my stream.
is
So
that?
I had to put it up.
And-
This
yeah.
it's a mannequin. This,
It's a
this
mannequin.
I got at
Oh
work. His
my
name-
gosh!
His
I
name
see
is
it.
Timmy. I dressed him up for
I
Halloween.
see it now.
But the flag, and then that flag I got for my birthday.
I like
So
that. flag.
I kind of had to put it up. Apparently, it's from like 1974.
Oh, you got
It's
something
with a little
cool.
card that came with it. Yeah,
Oh,
you can't.
you're
see
just
it.
ruining
It's
it.
like all like old and.
You're just
No, I
ruining
keep
it.
it. Ow, ow! It's sitting, it's just chilling there.
Spilling drinks on it.
I
You
do
spit
like
on
that.
it. You spit on
No.
our flag. Are you a patriot?
No, no, I do not. I do not let it touch the ground either.
Wow. What an
Like I literally
American.
folded it up
What an American.
the way it's supposed to be folded up when I move
Crazy.
it.
I do like the green light in the room. Gives
Thank
it a certain ambiance in there.
Green is your color.
Yeah, it works. It's working for you.
Yeah, everything. It not by plan, but everything is green tonight. Like my bed's green, my sweatshirt's green, my
Wow.
whole gaming setup's green.
Wow, look at this guy. Came prepared.
It's just how it worked out.
Came prepared to be a turtle.
Yeah,
I've seen those lights that like people on TikTok they string them up on their ceiling, goes all the way around. You can just change the color of
Looks
them.
so tacky. It does not look
That's
good.
what-
Why would you want to see the
Nah, I-
exposed LEDs? Like you see over there to the right of Dylan?
Uh-huh.
That's gross. I just want to see the light. Just the light it emits.
I would only turn it on if I were playing a game because it gives off a certain vibe. It puts you in the mood to, I don't know, play
That's
a
why
game.
you're not a gamer.
What light?
No, trust me.
That's why you're not a gamer. Because
If I
listen.
ever started gaming,
Yeah.
I would get lights like that.
Oh yeah.
But that's the only reason I would have those lights.
You're not a
I
gamer.
wouldn't buy them otherwise.
You're not a gamer. It's not in you.
I'm not a gamer.
I could
I
never
play
see
Mar-
you getting.
I can play. I think the only thing I can play is Mario Kart.
That's
but,
what, because toddlers can play Mario Kart. What
Not
are you
like
talking
me.
about?
Not like me.
You're right. They actually stay on the course. That's tough.
listen, Rainbow Road's hard, man.
No, it's
it's
not.
hard, it's
Rainbow
hard.
Road is
Yeah,
not
it is.
hard. Everybody says oh, Rainbow Road's so hard. Listen, only if you're going 400 miles an hour, and you guys are playing on like 50cc. You're like, dang, this sucks, because you can't like turn all the way.
Well, listen, I have a need for speed, so I don't slow down around the curve.
Oh yeah.
Either I make it. It's all in. It's all in, man.
We let him play Forza. And watch him crumble.
Either I make it or I don't. I usually fall off, but I mean, if I make it, then I win.
All right, so at the beach house, we need to bring Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'll put y'all in your place.
You wish, dude.
I'll show you how it's done.
You're gonna fold the second we pick up a controller.
It depends. Who do you go with though? Who's your character?
What do you mean? Who's my character?
Yeah,
I play Yoshi.
It depends on which
Yoshi?
one. Which one? Are we talking about the new one, Mario Kart 8?
Yeah,
I play it on the Wii.
Yeah,
That's
so
the best way. That's the best way to play it, in my opinion.
I like the.
if we're talking like
Oh.
Wii, I'm gonna say Dry Bones.
Oh yeah, Dry
I
Bones
do
is a
like
good
Dry
one.
Bones.
God, who
Kind of
did
my
it?
go-to
I'm-
with the motorcycle.
I'm pretty sure I played a good amount of Waluigi.
Yes, sir.
Did
I
you?
played Waluigi and his like chopper bike or whatever was
I
fun.
feel like
Underrated-
because he's so
underrated
long.
character.
It's like he just like straight like a pencil. He just goes.
Just go.
Yeah,
Go. I send it. I'm kind of crazy with it. I don't go cap. I did Koopa.
Koopa's good.
Koopa Troopa, and then King Boo. That's right. I unlocked him because I'm a goat.
Boo. I like King Boo.
King Boo's dope.
I hardly ever use him. I usually go with Toad, honestly.
Ah, you're
like
a Toad. That's you have Toad energy. It's not even
Dude,
funny. You are
Dude,
Toad.
The smaller
Am I
characters-
wrong? Am I wrong? He's Toad.
No, you're completely, completely right.
I could see him in the hat.
That's why, dude. I could pull it off. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. I feel like he has more of a Mario vibe, but
More Mario.
He's a
like put a
100%
put a
Toad.
mustache on him.
Yeah. Yo, Johnny, you're kind of halfway up the Mario train with that mustache.
But I think every time I open your stream, that and don't ask any kids to get in your van.
what was the motivation behind the mustache?
Listen, the beard is itchy. It was annoying. Got in my way. All right. Listen, I'm sorry, but like when you don't, I have to wash the beard every day for it to feel good on my face.
Yeah, it's called beard grooming.
Yeah, I didn't.
You
Just-
get beard shampoo.
Listen, it was just work. that I just didn't need in my life. So I started shaving, and we stopped at the mustache because, like, you know what? Let's do a stash. I've never gotten more comments from people I didn't ask in my entire life about this stupid mustache. Literally everyone who sees me, even people who don't know me, who have never met me a day in my life, are like, the stash, bro. Nice stash. Or like, why do you have a stash? Like, just like, you don't ask that about anything anybody does, but they're like, why did you get a stash? Like, I don't know you,
need to
cousin.
mess with them. You need to just like shave like this right here. Just like that. Just leave. Like,
I accidentally almost did. I was so once I was
Just have the
longer,
bits
once I
right underneath the
once I was
nostrils.
longer than the other, and I tried to correct it, and I almost went. Zzz.
It'd be tragic.
Would have been tragic. I was like, this has to come off.
Absolutely
I'm gonna have a Hitler stash. It'd be rough.
It would be.
I'm about
Yeah.
to have to shave my beard.
You had yours a lot longer than it is now.
No, not my beard.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
pretty sure.
I've never been able to grow it out till now.
Oh, interesting. For some reason, I remember you having.
That's right. Hudson doesn't know you. He's a bad friend.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
no.
so.
He doesn't know your beard habits.
Either that, or you have an evil twin. You can grow out a beard.
My hair has
Damn.
been really long.
Oh yeah.
You've had it a lot longer.
Oh yeah, I've had a full on like fro. Like
Yeah.
I have like when like water gets wet, it covers my eyes.
Oh yeah.
When water gets
Yeah.
wet. Yeah.
When water gets wet, when water gets my hair wet.
Water is not wet. Neither is your hair.
I realized I said that.
Is water wet?
No.
No.
Why?
No, because molecules don't touch.
Yeah.
Technically,
Like if you
technically speaking, you've never touched a thing in your life
yeah, like if you zoom
at
in
an
really, really, really
at an
close,
atomic level.
yeah, it's like literally like
Not that that's relevant, like, at all, because atoms make up stuff. So yes,
I'm gonna
at
argue
it.
'cause I can't conjure up a good enough argument. To
That's right.
counter that.
Small brain. Sit down.
I know.
Stay in your place.
Embarrassing, really.
Stay in your place.
Embarrassing.
Learn some science, kid. Some science, kid.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna learn some science just to counter that argument.
Good luck.
Just for you. I'm gonna come
Good luck
back
because
years
I'm
later,
right.
have the answer.
Because I'm right. It's all theoretical science. It could totally be disproven.
Maybe
we-
I'll be the one to disprove it.
we can't even observe neutrons, I don't think, right? It's neutrons, right? Either way, I think we cannot observe atoms because the second you do, they change their state. That's what superposition is, or quantum mechanics. Sorry, that's what quantum mechanics is. Is you can't. That's why we haven't unlocked it yet, because we can't observe a particle because it changes its state the second you look at it. Not the second, but like, if you observe it, it changes. Therefore, we do not know exactly what its innate state is. Once we figure that out, we're going to have quantum mechanics. Which is nice, because that includes superposition. Oh, speaking of like, oh, I'll develop an argument. You don't know who you're talking to right now, man. I'm a nerd.
Look at you,
Right?
big brain.
I'm a nerd.
brain
Superposition
Johnny
is
over here.
superposition is awesome. I don't know if you know what that is. But superposition is the idea that there is a particle on one side of the universe and a particle on the other side of the universe, and they're linked. And we've seen instances of this. We don't know how to replicate it. But if this particle moves, the other one moves in unison with it exactly over an infinite distance, is what we can assume. So this is the idea, which if we can figure out how superposition works, because this is a small scale of it is basically how we have communication, like how I'm talking to any of you right now, is basically superposition. So the idea is to unlock it, and then we can teleport, but probably just die.
Do you think teleportation is in our future?
Theoretically, listen, this is how theoretical science work. It's like, hey, this could be cool, but like most likely you'll just die. That's basically every single piece
I
of
don't think that
theoretical science.
teleportation will ever become a thing.
Probably not. Not in our lifetime. Not in our kids' lifetime, grandkids' lifetime. No shot. There's
Yeah.
too many problems. Too many problems. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, now you got me going. Oh, let's turn to a science class real quick. Science class.
Johnny,
Right.
what's the two strips on your wall?
Oh yeah.
The
No,
other
on the other side,
side.
you got two. Looks like pieces of tape that go about halfway from your door.
Probably where his whiteboard hangs. Did you stick it to that?
I don't know what that is. This isn't my room, if you remember. This. I didn't do any of this. All I did was put my stuff down.
Is that? Are you measuring how tall you were, Johnny? Is that how tall you were yesterday?
Yeah. Here, watch. Here, watch.
Not even to the doorknob.
Like,
Oh, that's how far he's doing. He's doing squats.
Oh yeah. That's tough, man. I'm not a slacker like you are, Dylan. I do.
That impressed, Johnny.
Listen,
Got to go all the way down.
all the way down.
All the
Yeah,
way.
if your butt doesn't hit the ground, you're not doing it right.
Agreed. Drop that. There you go.
There you go.
Much better. Dylan, you're going to the gym
Slack.
tonight?
Huh?
What are you hitting in the gym tonight?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna decide when I get there.
That's not how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
Bro, you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a game plan.
No, because I have the whole gym to myself. I can just decide when I get there.
What do you mean? It's not based off
You
availability.
don't
You
have
to
like a
have
specific body
Hmm.
part that you're gonna hit when you go in.
Yeah, I pick it as I'm walking in.
Yeah, just whatever you're feeling at the time.
Yeah,
Nice.
like I rotate to the same things. It's just
Does that mean you never have leg day?
no, I have leg day. I did leg day yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Legs and shoulders.
If I left it up to just whatever I felt like doing when I walked in, I wouldn't do leg days. I would never
It's
do it.
not really like I go through like the same thing. It's just like, for instance, like if today, like if I went into work today and I lifted a crap ton of concrete, I'm probably not gonna do upper body.
That's true.
I'm
Your job
probably
is
gonna do.
kind
I'm
of a
probably gonna
workout in
do
its own.
other. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do other things than that. Like
I feel
yesterday, I picked leg day because I knew I wouldn't be moving around as much, so then my legs aren't tired for work. I have to kind
feel
of
it.
plan it around that too.
I do that sometimes whenever I go to a bike ball tournament or I know I'm gonna do something really athletic the next day. Then I'll do something really light for my upper body or whatever part of the body that I'm gonna be using a lot of. So no, I understand that.
So, I would like to make an observation, right? I think this includes myself, but I think just about every male I know has pretty poor fashion sense.
I have phenomenal fashion sense. I have
Don't
no idea
lie
what
to
you're
me.
talking about.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie
Dude,
to
I
me.
have some goated stuff.
Yeah?
You cannot beat flannel on top of a hoodie. Like
Oh
there's
my
no
god, you're
beating it.
actually the worst. Like the
I
worst.
I
You could
literally
have
got
said
them built
you could have said
together.
you could have said socks, sandals, cargo shorts, and a wife beater, and that would have been better than what you just said.
No. Flannel on top of a hoodie.
Absolutely. Bro, that's literally basic. That's like when we were 12. That was like the cool thing to
I
wear.
didn't do that when I was
You
12.
wore flannel at 12?
No, I didn't wear flannel. at
I didn't
12.
even get flannel till like my senior year of high school.
What? Why would you wear that? That's like I'm going to work. See you guys. What do you mean? I'm talking about what are you wearing when it's nice? You're trying to impress. You're going on a date.
I wear dress stuff like a dress shirt, pants.
So the fact that you call it a dress shirt and a dress pants just echoes to how bad we are at this. This is awful. This is awful.
Do you know the correct term then, Johnny?
Oh, I don't know the
They call
correct term. I just
I
included
call it
myself.
the
in this.
same thing. That's what it's called though.
Yeah, but here, this is where this stems from, right? I'm trying to elevate what I wear because I think what most people wear is boring. Sure, it's comfortable to wear a hoodie and a little overlaying jacket or something, but God,
Have
everyone
you ever
just is
seen what
a
I wear
clown.
outside of like us playing like airsoft and like sports and things? Like I have shirts with flamingos on them. Like you can't get more not boring than that. Like I have flamingos, I have pineapples, I have all different. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There
That's
it is.
literally
What is
what's
that?
You are
there.
the same.
What's
You are
on
the
there?
same. These are parrots.
I don't have
Good for you.
parrots. I have alligators on one of mine.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I remember you wearing that.
on my
I'm
shorts.
saying.
I'm not that bold though. I'll wear a white shirt, some black shorts.
I will
Good to
say
go.
that his and Jack's and Jonah's outfits are very just the same and bland.
They are.
always
I'm,
like
I'm
it's always like
probably the
thin
most
shorts.
bland.
Jonah has
Yeah.
a tad bit of
That-
personality where he'll just wear accessories, but
No, don't not accessories. It's literally a bandana around his neck. Do not give him credit.
He'll wear that. He'll wear like two shirts.
Then
Yeah.
explain to me
Okay.
why he's messing around with a 23-year-old. Huh? Huh?
That's
Huh?
just because of his hair, dude. He just flips it and girls start running. Like literally, he was bagging one girl's order one night, and he like flips his hair and like turns around, and she's like, "Oh my god, give me his." Like she literally called. He literally called two guys in the back that she knew. She's like, "Hey,
He's
I want
got
that
the
dude's number."
flow. Not gonna lie, he's got the flow.
That's it? What about like
That's it.
qualities in a you know,
They get that after. They get that after.
If you
You know
if
what?
you have a good set of hair, pretty well off.
listen, man.
Well, you're well on your way.
I think I've decided to put a hold in my life on understanding any of that garbage. It's not my problem right now. I got other stuff to deal with. Teenagers are infuriating.
All right, here's a question.
Hmm.
Do you think that it's harder to get a girlfriend if you have a beard or facial hair?
No.
No.
Mm.
Care to expand?
Is it good? You gonna leave us at that? Why?
I feel like for most guys, not speaking for myself right now, for most guys, if they have a beard, majority of the time they try to keep it up. They'll trim it, they'll like groom it and stuff just because like it's like your hair, you style it in the morning. So I feel like just like having that like definition in your face, like wise, gives you that whole look.
It depends on
That
your
makes sense.
facial structure.
Yeah.
Because Hudson would look really weird with a beard.
I would look
Yeah,
so
you would.
weird with the beard.
It's
weird.
because your face is like almost wider and like shorter. Almost
It would,
like
yeah, it really would not fit the shape of my face very
Mm-mm,
well.
mm-mm,
Dylan can pull it off really well. You pulled it off really well.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, I'm getting used to the mustache. The mustache threw me off because you had the beard for so long. When I saw you with the mustache, I was just taken aback.
You gotta be with the mustache for a little bit to get to know it. And then
True.
it's good.
It's growing on me though. Growing on me. It's growing on Johnny.
No,
but it's growing
mustaches
on
don't grow on you. Yeah.
No.
Hey, you gotta give us a heads up if you ever decide to shave it. So we just gotta be mentally prepared. We gotta say goodbye.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna prepare you guys for that. What? I just want it to be a culture shock.
No, you can't, dude. You don't
I would really
understand how
join the
much
call
trauma
and
you
leave.
would inflict.
Listen,
upon
I've already mentally prepared. Right, this is the stash era of Johnny. All right, this is once it's gone, it's gone, and it'll be a feeling that I get one day. One day I'll be like, you know what? Stash Johnny's dead. All right, then the stash
just
will
need
come
to-
off, and
We
then I'll
just
be
need to all get
and then I'll be clean shaven Johnny for like a day until I until I become beard Johnny.
Could you
again.
imagine me, you, Hudson, Aaron, Talon, Ramon, Jack, all just rocking the same mustache?
Imagine.
That would
Imagine
be
us all of us rolling up
immaculate.
somewhere. They'd be
That-
like, "Dang,
These guys,
that's some good-looking guys right there."
these guys right there.
you should all just do it for the beach trip.
Heck yeah. Stash Johnny, Stash Dylan.
That'd be
Fnager could
kind of
pull it
a
off. Fnager's got a lot of hair now.
Benager normally just rocks the
Bushy
mustache
beard.
if he does.
He usually just rocks the mustache.
Yeah, and it's really bushy.
I've
He
seen
pulls
it.
it off really well.
Seen
And
it.
he's like doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He does like
Yeah,
doing it.
He just likes doing
He's
that.
at the right school. Appalachian State in the mountains. He's at the right school for
It
it.
really is.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Johnny in a minute. Like
I haven't
outside
either.
of like
Nobody
the
has.
group chat.
I don't think anybody's talked to him in a hot minute.
Like he stopped Snapchatting me a couple weeks ago, and I really haven't had anything to say. Like I know it sounds bad, but I just really haven't had anything to say to him.
Listen, that's just how adult friendships work, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you're like, yo,
You
what's
just gotta
up?
catch up when you can.
Yeah, catch it whenever, you know? It's yeah, okay. I'm gonna hold up a second real quick. Alright. So I feel like for whatever reason, some relationships where you're like a lot closer, you spend a lot of time together, transitioning to the more like I'm just busy, don't have a lot of time, just gotta we'll catch up when we catch up. That just kills it.
It sucks.
It just kills it. I don't get it because it doesn't kill it for
I don't either.
me personally. Like like I understand the change and fluctuations in a different person, but like I don't know whether that's a difference in maturity or like the that's not maybe what they signed up for, because there's always a set of like hidden expectations when you come to a relationship with anybody, where you're just like, okay, these are the things that this is the role that you play in my life. And if you no longer play that role, well, guess what? Somebody else does a better job than you, and I don't really want you in this type of way in my life. It's not that like it's fantastic quote was I'm just because we're not friends anymore, that doesn't make you my enemy. I want you to eat, just not at my table. So kind of those situations. So I mean, it's just you can never tell ahead of time. At least what it feels like to me. Of like, okay, that's how this works. That's what this is for.
Mhm.
You know what
That's
I'm
kind of
saying?
what I'm going through with Ramon right now. Like we used to like work together.
Whoa.
I'm serious.
Woo!
Look, so look, we used to obviously we worked together. Like we hung out like literally every single day. And then whenever I like quit Chick-fil-A, it was always like, hey, can you hang out Saturday? Oh, I'm working this Saturday. Hey, can you hang out? After work. Sorry, I just got off work at, 30 minutes after you texted me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like we've grown apart a little bit.
It's a
And
lot
stuff.
harder to maintain once you get older because
Yeah.
you're starting to bring on so much more responsibility and life's changing really really quickly. You're pursuing new things,
hmm
and as before, if you have the same job, same schedule, even when you were a kid, you go to the school at the same time, you get off at the same time, and
Yeah.
so it's really easy to hang out with each other because you have really similar schedules. But as you begin to pursue new things, it becomes so much more difficult to maintain.
As you start getting careers, you get off, uh, late. Like you get off, say,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 o'clock. By the time you get home, shower, go out, it's 7, 7:30. Say, they, start having a family, other commitments like that. It just gets hard.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only friends that I've kept are the ones I play video games with, primarily. Anyway, you're Hudson. You're kind of one of the exceptions. I don't quite understand what because like we used to work together and we played spike ball all the time, and then there was like the whole kind of transition, and I can't quite put my finger on why that necessarily is. Just I guess a stronger friendship, or
I guess so. I mean, because it was. I mean, I'm in college right now, a couple hours away from where you guys are,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I don't know. I always try to maintain relationships, um, especially with those people that I was really really close with, and so whenever life changes, I still try to find a way to maintain those relationships. So
I
I don't know.
suppose. Yeah, I suppose it's just a case of mutual effort, and then there's also like it's feasible. It makes sense because we both still do things. We both still like the same things. We both still play spike ball, so we go see each other at tournaments. And then we're doing stuff like this now. We're like, let's do a
Yeah.
podcast. There we go. There's an excuse to catch up every other week or every week, whatever. You know,
Yeah, that's right.
there's that. There's that. But like aside from that, literally the only people I keep up with are those that I play video games with because it's so easy. Like, yo, you guys
Yeah.
gaming? Yeah, they're gaming. They're gaming normally. So why don't we just play together? Okay, cool. We're playing this game. Let's go this way. I haven't been gaming with you, Dylan. I've not been gaming. I haven't gamed with
I
you guys in
know
a hot
because
minute.
we're in two different ranks now,
Yeah,
so it
man.
makes no
And
sense
then
when we're all
Ty
in two
stopped playing
ranks.
with me too. I was like a little butthurt at that. I was like, what is this, Ty?
Ty found like a couple days ago found these guys that he started playing with,
That's fine.
but I think he dropped them because they started making him D rank.
Oof.
Oh, really?
That's probably why he
Yeah.
dropped us.
So you
Yeah,
guys,
he will not play with me.
you guys said you were in different ranks. Can you only play with each other if you're in the same rank?
You have to be within one rank of each other. So
Oh,
like
really? Okay,
my rank is gold. The next one after it is plat, and then diamond. So now
got
that
it.
Johnny is diamond, I can't play because I'm one rank different than him.
There's
That makes sense
yeah.
because it should be harder to climb the ladder if you have just a mix of players from every level,
Yeah.
and you don't have the same sense of accomplishment for climbing the ladder. Plus, the pools aren't going to be as competitive.
It also keeps like, for instance, like if say Johnny was like top notch, like best in the game, it keeps him from like basically like boosting me up, and
It wouldn't be
making me
fair.
appear better, but I'm not. I like it's basically like a false
It's carried.
like ranking. Yeah,
What game are you guys talking about?
Apex.
Apex Legends.
Oh God.
How
I
different is
love it.
Apex to Fortnite?
Oh, it's completely different.
Is it? Because
Oh my
whenever
God.
Fortnite
It's the
and Apex were
it's
like in the beginning stages, everyone would always say that they're so similar.
Not even close. I know
They were
it's
similar because they have the same game mode. It's both
genre.
battle royales.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the only two battle royale games at the time that
No,
when
they
they
weren't.
first started.
That's not
Other
true.
The
than
two, I guess, the
other
two
than
most
other
prominent
than
ones anyway.
Listen,
freaking PUBG.
PUBG was first.
PUBG.
PUBG was first, then
Yeah, but
Fortnite.
nobody liked it till after.
PUBG?
It was like certain like people
You're
like
hot.
dude. I
You're
never even
hot.
heard of PUBG until like a year
PUBG
after Fortnite.
PUBG was the first game to ever reach 1 million concurrent players. First game.
Dude, I had never heard about it.
That's tough. That means you're under a rock.
No, I was playing video games.
And listen, 2016, 2015, you were under a rock.
Okay, look, to be completely honest though, I didn't really get into like online gaming until like a year and a half after Fortnite started.
Oh, shoot.
So like before that, like it was just like, hey, like your friends come over, we you play like co-op offline. Like before, I
I'm
didn't pay for like
surprised.
Xbox Pass or anything like that because none of my other friends had them. We just all game together.
That must have been nice. I could not
Mhm.
sustain that. I moved too much. Didn't work that way. So I played solo games, and then I discovered online when I was a kid playing Super Smash Bros. I was like, yo.
No, I discovered. Yeah, literally, I was playing Apex and I ended up playing with these two guys that were both in the military.
Nice.
And I was talking really quiet because I didn't want my mom to hear me like talking to these random dudes. And they were like, "Dude, like, are you like, is your mic okay?" I was like, "No, I don't want to wake up my parents." They're like, "Oh, okay, we get that." And
Yeah, they've been there.
and that,
They've been
that
there.
just skyrocketed.
It's a whole new world. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean specifically with like Apex. I mean, the game is played entirely differently at different ranks. There is the Apex is a hard game. It is difficult. That's why it's so hard to get people into Apex because a lot of people are like, "Wow, I mean, the hype behind Apex. Apex seems super lit." It's like, a lot of people playing. My favorite streamers are playing it. It's hard. All of them quit.
Yeah.
I've had so many people who are like, "Yeah, we'll grind rank." They don't get past gold.
Yeah. And then a lot of people also are like, that game's terrible. It's saying terrible. It's because they don't take the time to really like learn it and like they just drop and they just instantly die. They don't get to know the guns. They don't get to know like the
It's
gameplay, all
not
the
Call of
characters.
Duty. It's not
And
Call of Duty.
it's not just like you can just drop and just like basically like crap on everybody else. Like it's not, you know,
So you've played Call of Duty
it's
before, right,
not
Hudson?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So do you know what TTK is? Obviously not. It's time to kill. So in Call of Duty, how long does it usually take after you shoot somebody for them to die?
Long at all.
Exactly. So in Apex, your time to kill is a lot higher. You have to hit a lot more of your shots, and that's at simply the most basic level. Why it's more difficult than, for example, a Call of Duty because the time to kill is longer, which means your opponent has an opportunity to turn around and shoot back, or make a movement, or do something. You have an opportunity to be peeked by somebody else. There's literally the amount of micro decisions, micro actions you need to take in your brain and that you need to actually execute in the game is astronomically higher than other games. Fortnite is one of the exceptions because actually the comment not Fortnite right now because actually they just removed building for like limited time to get people back
yeah,
interested
for
in the
11
game.
days, but they're putting it back in tonight.
Hmm. So a lot of people came back for that,
They
but
removed that. Why'd they remove the building?
because they wanted to generate interest in their game.
They wanted more people like that like Battle Royale, like that liked the original Fortnite and the game style and all that. They wanted to bring all those people back by eliminating the thing that most people stopped playing the game, which was people got too good at building. So they were trying to get those people back, but then all the people that play the game for the building aspect got mad, and there's more of those people than people that don't like the building.
Have they created two different simulations so you can play one with building, one without?
They're probably going to right now. Technically, yes, they have. If you play the ranked Fortnite right now, so the ranked leagues basically, they're still building in there just because that's part of the game.
Oh, got it.
But like
Yeah,
for
it sounds
instance,
like that. Sounds like
you go and
that's
you
what they
shoot
should
somebody
do.
and they build a tower all the way up. It's just
Uh-huh.
it makes you not want to play the game if you can't do the same thing.
Got it.
I'll kind of explain it in terms of like imagine if everybody in the state, all right, they were all played spike ball in this one area, right? Everybody who played spike ball came to this building, this spike ball arena to play spike ball, right?
All right. All right. Putting it in my terms, I
Okay.
like it.
Yes, exactly. So casual and competitive players like all play in this thing. And think about it. Let's say you and Jack go to play. You are a duo. Okay, you're a team. You're put in, and then you get matchmaked with another player. You look at the computer or whatever. You're like, all right, we're facing these guys. Like it's almost like a tournament. And you play them. And guess what? This is their first time playing. They've just walked into the building. They have no idea what Spikeball is, and you just annihilate them. All right. They're like, I don't even know the rules yet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know anything. You just annihilate them. And in your next match, you go against the number one and number two player in the world. You get dogged on. Not even fair. Not even close to fair. They have so much more experience on you. They're so much better. You didn't stand a chance. And the next match, you fight, just random difficulties kind of going along. You're just going to play. What's that going to do? For one, the competitive players, aren't going to get very good competition. It's going to be very inconsistent play. Players like you will one match you'll win decisively, not even a challenge. The next match you'll get annihilated because for whatever reason, you got these better players. So you're not matched with people at your level. So that's kind of how Fortnite works. There's no skill-based matchmaking. So you play against whoever in these lobbies. So that's what draws new players away. Now, what's a good way to solve it? Well, let's say in Spikeball terms, you go to this arena and there is two lines: casual, competitive. You'd probably go to the competitive one, not the casual. Casual players here, all new players. Anybody plays just every once in a while. You who practice your cut serves and I got all this crazy stuff. You would go to the competitive line and you would play against people at your level. That was the thing, and it took Fortnite forever to put into ranked because they would constantly make decisions before where they would hurt their pro player base because they would make the game easier for people who didn't know how to play. They added in these mechs at one point. Don't you remember mechs? Holy Christ. They're big giant robots that anybody could get into. They were just on the map. And they had lots of health and they did lots of damage. They would just break builds. Literally, I watched the streamer, Tim the Tatman. He shut off his monitor and he said, I want to see how many kills I can get this game without looking at my screen. He got 7 kills. Didn't look at his screen. He just clicked the button. That's it. It was disgustingly broken. They were made it so anybody can just win the game because it's easy. That's what Fortnite does. They cater to the casuals. So that's why there's no building. Because they want to cater to those casual players. Because casual players spend money. And when you spend money on skins, you get a bigger paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why they removed all the buildings, and that catered to the casual players.
Yeah. And that's why we play.
They really should just have 2 variations,
Yeah.
2 different modes that you can.
That just makes sense,
They
doesn't
don't
it?
already.
That just
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They
You know,
won't.
yeah. You know what the counter argument is? It's especially like, oh, you just like competitive dudes just want to be able to join casual and kill everybody, so you can feel good about yourself.
You know what they should do is they should say, hey, once you reach a certain level, let's say you win some matches and you gain a rank, right? I don't really know how it works,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna make up stuff. But you get a certain rank, and once you climb the ladder to a certain extent, then you're not allowed to play casual anymore. That's locked for you.
It's kind of similar. It's called skill based matchmaking. So basically, if me and Johnny were on the same level, it'll supposed to only put us two in the same lobby and not with somebody who just now started the game.
Got
That's
it.
how it's supposed to work. But say if Ty joins and he's significantly less than me and Johnny, then the game either may put us in our level or they may put us in the person who just started the game. So it's either not fair for everybody else in the lobby because we're in it, or it's not fair for the day one player playing with 2-year veterans.
Makes sense. I guess that's also what you guys said Apex is doing. Because what, Johnny, you just made it up to, what'd you say, Diamond League? And then, okay, so that makes sense because you can play with what, a league above and a league below you.
He's gonna
Is
play
it
with diamonds and
kind of in that pool?
diamonds and play, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They kind of split it up even further to where you can queue up with teammates. Basically, if you queue up with teammates, like if I queue up with somebody who's one rank below me, one league below me, so teammates in plat, I can play with them. But they also from what I'm seeing is that I get dragged into other people who have mixed lobbies. Because the idea is there's mixed lobbies who people who have mixed ranks. But how it's supposed to work is you go from bronze to gold, play together. You go gold to plat, play together. And then it goes diamond to masters, play together. Very top of diamond to pred, play together, and masters and pred play together. So pred is the top 750 players, and masters is, I believe, the top 3 or 2% of players, something like that, play masters. So
That's a good way of doing it.
that's
As long
no,
as you're,
that's how it's supposed to work.
yeah, if you're separating it by skill level, that's, in my opinion, the best way to do it.
Dylan, does it work like that?
No, it does not.
No,
work
it does
like
not. I worked with I
that.
played.
You
I got
end
queued
up-
with a gold player last night. I was furious.
That's been happening. I think it's something wrong with the game.
I have like 3,000 more ranked points than that guy does, and he got queued with me. I was so mad because they just literally stared. Like you could have seen it on stream last night. They were literally just running around, just messing around because he's gold. It doesn't care.
Yep.
Playing it I'm like.
Like I literally had a guy, man, I'm seriously, I'm trying to rank up and be, like top, like be like Johnny and Ty and have like the better ranks and stuff like that. I literally watched him run up to a team, drop all of the things in his inventory, and let them shoot him because he just didn't care and he wanted to throw the game, all because he couldn't, get his way at the very beginning of the game,
People
all
do that.
because we didn't land where he wanted to land.
It's just like there's so many different things because it's not like traditional sports or any other games because there's not this much volume of activity. You're not playing Uno every night, you know. there's no Uno lobbies to play in. These are like games that we play in every day. There are thousands of people who play these games. So there's a lot of problems you would never think of. Smurfing is a big problem in ranked games because it's a person who on another account, for example, could be one of the best players in the world. He goes to a fresh account. He starts at the bottom. This max level player can be playing against these dudes who just opened up the game for the first time.
Yep.
Which is a bannable offense, but it's incredibly hard to prove, right?
Yeah.
Because how do you prove that? Okay, you need analytical data. Okay, what analytical data do you need to collect? Okay, let's figure out this person's skill level. How the fuck are you supposed to figure out somebody's skill level? Because the idea is, I am getting better. The more I'm playing Apex, the better I'm getting. Let's say I don't play Apex for 4 days. I come back, I'm a little worse. I'm not hitting as much of my shots. I'm making poor decisions. I'm getting dead. What's the game gonna think? We might need. What is it gonna start dropping my rank because I'm not playing as good? Like all that other effort didn't matter. It matters at how good I am right now. Then you could be a terrible player, but all of a sudden you're like, you just go into the zone. I've done that. CS:GO. I turn into a god sometimes. I'm just clicking on heads, just bah, 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 bah. Is the game supposed to ban me because they think I'm smurfing? There's a lot of
They tried to like limit it a lot. Like for instance, like in Apex, you can't play any ranked game until you reach level 10. But like even Smurfs, like Ty made a Smurf account, and even like
I have
that,
a
like
Smurf
it took
account.
him like it made him like it was like 10 games, and he was already level 10. But like games are starting to get like smarter about it and trying to make games more fair. Like for instance, Valorant. If say I'm like the top, say I'm like the #1 player in the world in Valorant. If I go and I make another account on my Wi-Fi, so on my IP address, it will not. It's still gonna show my same rank.
It's a shadow rank,
Basically.
is what it is.
Basically.
You don't actually
they
possess
won't
the
let
badge.
me. Yeah, they won't let me. Yeah.
It'll
So
still.
I can't start out at level 1. It's gonna start me out closer to my rank on my original account.
Anybody who's like a shadow, like if Dylan's immortal, he'll on his new account be a shadow immortal, where it won't show his rank. He still has to put in the work, but he's going to be queued against other immortals or shadow immortals
Right off the bat.
Yes, which
Instead
is
of getting
a good way to
this-
put it.
this- yeah.
That's a good way to do it. But
Yeah.
I also suspect that's almost how like Apex works as well, because do you remember when I made the Smurf to play with you guys initially?
We still loaded.
We played into casual arenas. So it's a game type. It's like a 3v3 arena fight. and these are the best players I've ever played against in my whole life, dude. Even on my normal account, I don't play against anybody who's these guys were demons. They were just dialed in like no. I swear to God, did we play against a Pred?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we played against a Pred player. Pred
Was
is
that the highest rank?
top 750 players.
Stop 750 players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we played against one. I was like, what the heck, bro? I'm playing casual.
Yep.
Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
they need to find some way to fix that. I understand the difficulty.
No.
in it,
That
though.
is the fix. That is the fix. Because I'm a Smurf. I was the problem there. I was just leveling up so I could play with them. In their lobbies so I could rank Dylan up to get the plat so we could all play. That was the point. I was smurfing. I was being the bad guy, and the game was like, no. And my leveling up became very toxic because I was like, I was getting mad because I was like, I should be annihilating these kids. Yeah. Imagine that, but spike ball.
Yeah.
I like how you're putting it. I like how you're putting it in my terms, but that makes sense.
I'm just saying the word spike ball and it's making sense to you.
It just heightens my senses,
There you go.
grabs my attention.
Spike ball.
I see you have a spike ball net in the back of your room. Are you excited? We're going to a tournament in Columbia, South Carolina, Saturday.
Yeah, I know. Johnny told me. I was gonna try to see if I can go, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it.
Dylan, no,
Yeah.
Why not?
that's all right.
Why not, Dylan?
I got a lot set up. So this weekend I'm going to one in Columbia, South Carolina. Next weekend, after that, I'm going to Orlando to play in one, and then the weekend after that, I'll be going to Richmond, Virginia, to play in one. So 3 back-to-back
So many.
tournaments.
Who you playing with?
So the one in Columbia, I'm playing with Jonah, and then Orlando and Richmond, I'm playing with Jack. Both of those guys are my brothers, by the way, for anyone. But
You did the thing. You did the thing.
I know.
It's compulsive, isn't it?
Whenever I say anything that you two know, but I know that no one else will know, yeah, it's just compulsive to just go ahead and spit that out, let everyone else know. Yeah, I love it so much. I'm trying to get to the highest. I don't know if you know how it works, Dylan. So, in the highest division in Spikeball that you can qualify for, it's called Premier.
Mhm.
And in order to qualify for it, you need to get into the top 4 teams in the division below, which is called Contender. So Jack and I are participating in Contender. We're going to try to get to one of the top 4 teams to see if we can't rank up. So
Mm-hmm.
So tell me something about
that's the
Columbia.
goal. Huh?
Tell me something about Columbia. If were you low-key trying to feel me out to low-key team with me?
Oh, in Columbia?
Yeah.
I was going to if Ward couldn't
I knew it.
and Jonah couldn't.
I low-key was about to be like, Ward, you gotta find a teammate. Ward, you gotta
I was
find a
about to.
teammate.
Because we've never. I mean, well, this is only your second tournament. I've been to, I don't know, maybe 10 or something.
Mhm.
But so we haven't really had a lot of opportunities to play together in tournaments.
Wouldn't that be
But
like
yeah,
grossly unfair though? If we like, you would force me in Contender, right?
yeah, we'd play Contender. We wouldn't play.
That would be a wash. That would be such
Yeah,
a
it
wash.
would.
I'll just let you serve
at that
first,
point-
and the game would be over.
It'd be the same. It would be kind of the same thing as you guys are talking about, where high ranked players are playing in the really low.
I got smurfed on in the tournament I played in,
Yeah,
Dylan.
exactly.
I got
It wouldn't be
smurfed on.
fun. It wouldn't be fun for us because, yeah, it's great to win games, but you also want competition.
That's not what Isaiah said. That's not what Isaiah said.
Dude, in our last tournament, Dylan, Johnny, and have you met Matt Ward?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, they teamed up together and they played in the intermediate division. And there was this one team, the team that won it all. They won it all because one of the players on that team, was a really, really high contender player. He was solid, really experienced,
Mhm.
and he was playing in intermediate because his partner was in the intermediate level, probably the lower intermediate level. So when they paired together, I think their frame of thought was, oh, okay, if he's a 10 and she's a 2, they're a 12. Whereas Johnny and Ward are playing, 5 and 5, 6, they're 10-12, so it evens out. Not really. It doesn't really work that way. So they ended up. I mean, you guys beat them one game, right? But they ended up taking this.
We beat them first game. Listen. The only reason why we lost that is because of their calls. I was thrown off a little bit. Not that I don't think I was necessarily like my play declined a lot, but like it was difficult to find an answer back to their play because of the garbage calls that they were making. I was like, what am I allowed to do here? Because I laid a perfect little butter set. They said you carried. Like there's literally no way I carried right there. Like my hand is fully extended out and I tap up. That's how you set. What did you want me to do? Leave my hand still, let it fall to the ground? Like it's just there are so many instances like that. Like they like the roll ups, like they would hit a serve, it would absolutely hit rim, super blatant, and they'll be like, just ignore me.
Yeah. So in spike ball, there's no refs, and so any calls that are made,
That's crazy.
You kind of have to collaborate on. So either you agree on a call, or if you don't, you usually just redo the play. But I guess apparently they
Or you
weren't.
can
They
just ignore it.
They just pretty much took every call.
Or you
You
just
really
ignore it.
should be able to, because if you could test it, there's really nothing they can do. But you just have to contest it hard enough, and you can't back down.
This is the way I saw it happening. I saw it happening that if I really put my foot down, I was like, listen, I'm not going to continue playing the game until we come to a conclusion on this. They go, okay, then forfeit. I promise you that's what would have happened.
Why don't you just redo it?
Because they weren't doing it. They weren't cooperating. They just went on to the next play like as if I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So
I wish you guys had been able to redo it. Playing with people like that just are not fun to play with at all.
that was definitely a big damper on the tournament.
Yeah, it really sucks.
I don't understand why there's not a ref, especially in finals. There should be a ref.
Yeah, I agree.
Your tournament organizers. I saw the tournament organizers just walking around the whole time. I'm pretty sure they played, didn't they?
Well, since you were the last game, you guys had a pretty big crowd. There's a whole bunch of people watching y'all's game.
And you know
I
what
can
they
tell you
said?
that
You know what they said in the crowd, Dylan?
Yeah,
That's
there's
it.
a lot of people in the crowd. You go for it. Go for it.
No, you were standing there next to him while watching the game.
Yeah,
What were they saying?
Yeah, I was watching the game with them, and as these calls are being made by the other team, everyone in the crowd is just completely perplexed. Like, how was that call made? Are they actually gonna continue playing after that call has been made? Because it had clearly gone another way, and it was just time and time again happening over and over and over again.
Plus, it was like,
And I told yeah,
it
at
was
that
like
point,
call a timeout.
I was waiting to get eye contact with Johnny.
I was just so
Once I
dialed.
Once I caught it, I was like, time. I signaled time to him, and then Johnny goes, "Hey, yo, timeout." And I called him over, and we kind of talked through, "Hey, we got to make these calls."
People I didn't know were like, "Yo, that call was garbage." People I didn't know were like, "Hey, bro, what's going on? Those calls are not good." I was like,
They really, yeah. It was,
I'm saying-
frustrating.
I'm saying stuff. I didn't know that was like a reality. I thought this was like, I thought everybody was here under the same like intention. Why else would you come out other than to like play competitively and have fun? This kid's over here like he's playing for $1 million. There was no money involved in that tournament, and that guy was playing like an asshole.
That's what happened to me and Jonah the first tournament we went to. We like completely like destroyed
I remember
we
this.
destroyed these first kids, and in the second round it was best 2 out of 3. They literally called every single thing they saw, and it wasn't even anything. Like Jonah would literally call up the score, and he would go to serve, and they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't call it loud enough. Oh, you didn't even call it the second time." And it would be like Jonah would call it, and he would go to serve, and the ball would run under the thing. So instead of Jonah just calling it, he was like, "Hey, y'all ready?" And he would go to serve it, and they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't call it again. That's it's our ball." And be like, "What? Hey, it's like why? If you're gonna lose, just go ahead and lose. Like you don't have to be like that."
Did you give them
Yeah,
the ball?
with some dignity.
That I don't remember what the actual thing was. That was just a
Is that
reference.
why Jonah is the way he is?
Yes, that's literally why.
I know it.
That's literally why.
I know
The
it.
Because of
origin
those guys.
story.
I feel bad.
The
I feel
origin
bad
story.
now. I look. I understand Jonah now. Thank you.
Yes, that's literally why.
I'm not
He
gonna
was
I'm not
literally
gonna
he was
be as
literally
annoying
like
about it.
it was literally like one serving like ones, and he would go to serve it, and the ball would run underneath the thing, and he would literally just go to serve it, and they'd be like, oh no, you got to recall the score. He's like, okay, can I get a redo? And they're like, this time, but not next time. Like,
Forget those guys.
So
That's what
so
they
annoying,
that's
right?
what the guys we play against did. They just hit like you didn't call score.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I was like, bitch, do you know the score? Okay, cool. Then shut up.
sometimes I say to call the score because I don't remember.
Right? I'm like,
It's not for you, it's for me.
I'm like, I I would like literally call the score, then serve. They're like, you didn't say first. It's like,
You don't know which one.
who
that is?
cares? I was like, that's irrelevant. I'm like, show me the handbook right now. If it says in the handbook, I'll do it. If not, stop talking
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
just like a thing that people kind of just like one person started doing, and then like everybody just kind of followed it.
I know those guys were just douchebags. Honestly, and the chick he was playing with, she was terrible. She was not good. She was not good at the game. She just flailed around and multiple times made
It's probably his
what
girlfriend.
was made hinder. Apparently, she's not even his girl. Like, wasn't that right? Isn't that like not his girlfriend?
I think so. I don't really know.
Maybe he was trying to be. Maybe it was like a date. He was like, "Hey, you want to go watch me destroy these kids in Spike
Hey,
Ball?"
Dad.
Oh, okay. That's why he made those calls, Johnny. He had to win that.
Yeah, he had to
He had
win
to win
that.
that game.
He had to
He
win that.
could have just listed you one of the hey, let me win.
No cap. Honestly, no. On God, if he like pulled me aside, he's like, "Listen, I'm just trying to smash." I'd have been like, "Listen, bro, this is about to be the most convincing defeat you've ever seen." Listen, bro, I'll be like, "Ward, listen, my man's just trying to hit it. All right, listen, I think we take one for the boys here." And then I get a nice dap up at the end. He gives me a gift card to a cookout, and we're good. We're good.
Chipotle.
I'll
Dude,
give.
cookout.
I'll be bribed.
Cookout hits different.
Cookout.
Have you been to Comeback Shack here, Dylan?
Mm-mm. You said we were
Okay.
gonna. You said next time I come up, you want to go.
Yeah, I do. Comeback Shack is like, it's really similar. Help me out, Johnny. It's really similar to Cookout, but
It's the best burger place I've ever been to.
it's amazing.
I'm gonna
But
keep
it's,
this
it's
fact.
local to the town my school's in Boone.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone loves it here. It's a fan favorite, but it's just like Cookout, except better.
Literally.
Best way I can describe it.
I went to Cookout one night with Ramon, and the ones here are terrible. Like the lines are absolutely terrible.
Are they?
Yeah. So we waited in line. We left. We got there at 12. Okay, 12. At night. We waited 2.5 hours to order.
Are you? Se-
We
Dude, why would
sat
you
in
wait
the
that long?
line.
Why would you
We
even
had,
wait that long?
we had nothing else to do. Nothing else was really open other than McDonald's.
Holy crap!
So we literally just sat there in my Jeep, just talking and watching a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
You,
god.
could- you want you could pretty much watch an you could watch an entire movie.
Yes. Before you even ordered. But I
How long was the wait after you ordered?
It wasn't that long. It was like so you order and then there was maybe like 2 cars in front of you. And the line was moving as fast like you could tell that they were really trying
So
to
it was
get
actually
through.
moving. It was just a really long line.
Oh yeah, so it like dang, I don't even know how to explain
Is
this.
it one of those places? Is it one of those places that had
It's
a
like-
double drive through?
No, so it had a single. So like the window
Was
was
this an
here,
Indian
and
Trail?
then, yeah, the line. I believe so. So the line literally goes like down and around the whole building, and then it goes like out into like a food line or whatever it's near parking line goes
no, it's not.
all the way back out to the street. So you basically go through like the entire parking lot of a grocery store and then go to Cookout. Is
Dang,
how the
man.
line works.
That's crazy. At midnight too. I mean, I feel like that's
Those are
the
prime
best time
Cookout
of
hours.
day.
It's the only time anybody
Yeah.
wants Cookout.
Yeah, honestly.
Prime.
Never mind.
Cookout is busy all day.
Kind of switch the subject. I'm at a weird point in my life right now.
I'm
that,
in.
like, hang on. That like
I'm dialed.
most of like a lot of the guys I went to high school with are starting to get like married and engaged. So I'm starting to get like bachelor party invites, like wedding invites. It's not like my family members get invited and then they bring me along or whatever. Like it's like me getting invited, and it's a really weird time. It's like really like literally my
It
buddy called me up
is.
and he goes, "Hey, he's like yo, like April 10th. We're
Pull up.
meeting here at 2. He's like we're having a bachelor party." And he's like come on. I was like, "Okay." I just didn't even know what to say. I was just like, "Okay, that sounds good." Like
It's super.
it's just weird.
It's awkward. Listen,
It
It's
is
just
really
weird.
My cousin is getting married. Right? He's getting
Do the
married
same.
in May. He's my age. Right? He's my age. He's our age, Dylan. Right? I just found out that he's having a kid.
Oh wow.
He's having a kid. He's our age. It's due in September. September, my guy. My man has not moved out. Do you understand?
Baby's gonna be at his mom's house. Yes,
You understand?
sir.
You understand?
Hey, that's called free babysitting. That is a great situation right there.
Sure, I guess, but like, I cannot imagine that level of stress.
Optimal. That really sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want
I don't know
that.
what. One of my friends, her son just turned 3 last week. So
Dang. You anybody's godfather yet?
no, not yet.
That's my goal.
Apparently, I'm not good enough.
I want to be somebody's godfather. It's because you're not tight enough with nobody. Damn, I just called you out. That's crazy.
Yeah, damn, Donnie, get a kid. I wanna get-
I wouldn't
I-
want to
I
have
would-
kids this early.
I would probably be Ramon's like child's godfather.
I feel like
I'd
you'd be
say
a good godfather
think
because
so.
you'd spoil my kid.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to
All
buy
the
him
time.
nothing.
Yeah, no, I always wanted to like get married, like not like extreme, like not like now, but like 23, like 24.
You gotta
just
start
kinda, like,
hunting, my guy.
and just kind of like get to like just spend time with them and then have a kid like 28, 29, like spend a couple years with that person. And
Right.
then because I don't want to be like 80 and like have a 2-year-old. Like, and I like that's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Where the dude's like 76 walking around with like a a little baby on his shoulder.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, is it your grandson? He's like, no, it's my son.
That's tough. That's tough. What you mean, son? Cousin, you've been dry for too long. Gotta, we gotta get it. We gotta keep going. I mean, dude. The time is just coming up so fast. I'm like, we're 20. You're looking at
Mhm.
23. I mean, I had kind of a similar goal in mind, like 24, 25.
Oh yeah, mine's definitely gonna change now.
I'm trying to
but
lock it.
that-
I'm
that
trying to
was
lock
my-
it down then, and like maybe kids by 30. But oh man, I mean, to be fair to myself, I've had a few setbacks here that reset me. Like otherwise, I'd be a
Yeah.
lot further along now. But
Mhm.
still,
Although my boss called me the other day and he has an 8-month-old. Hearing her in the background, I don't know about that. I don't gasp. He literally answered the phone and she's just like screaming, like top of her lungs, just screaming. And he goes, Ignore my daughter." And then like literally like 5 minutes after, she like continues again, and he just turns around. And he goes, "Sweetheart, shut up." Like so literally to like
Look
an
at that.
8-month-old. I'm like, yeah, you can't. I was like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that for 5 minutes. I don't know how he does that every day.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I
He talks
understand.
about how he gets like 3 hours of sleep some night. I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't.
That's just a
No
commitment.
way.
That's the thing. It's like I don't think a lot of people understand what it really means to have a child. Listen, you're done. Your life is done until they're done. That's
I
it.
read this article that was like the like cost of like having a child and like college and all that like send them all the way through college was like different than like 50 years ago. It's almost they said it was like close to $1.2 million to have a child and send them through college.
Really?
That's how much you spent on them.
I
Well,
believe it.
most of that's college, isn't it?
And most people have like 3 kids. Like like Hudson's family.
We have there's 5 of us.
5. So
Five.
$6 million right there. And what's he doing right now? Sitting on the couch.
See, this is
Yeah.
why. Listen. This is why Americans suck. All right. Why is this article even a thing? There's so much like freedom.
Somebody really was like very like, you cost me way too much money. I'm gonna find out.
No kidding. No kidding. Somebody's like,
Charge them with.
Jeffrey, do the numbers.
He goes
Figure
and
out-
hands, like,
figure how much this kid
like,
costs.
Dad goes up and hands his bill his like son on a bill, and like after he graduates college, he's like, "Hey, you owe me $1.2 million."
It's like figure it out. Figure it
I
out.
had to figure it out. You had to figure it out too.
It's so dumb. I mean, like that's just life, and I understand like opportunities. You're never gonna get the perfect opportunity to do realistically anything.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I have prerequisites. I have personal prerequisites that I am not going to compromise for anybody else's opinions. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care what people say if I'm waiting too long here or too fast there. I don't care. I have personal prerequisites before I have a child. I have personal prerequisites before I go wife hunting. All right. Right now, wife is not on the table. All right. I don't care if she's the one and she comes into my life right now and be like, you gotta wait. Are you cool waiting 2 3 years? Okay, cool. Then we can date. We can have a good time. At the end of that, put a ring on it. Not now. Not now. Not how it's like. First, we get that bread up. We get that bread up, and we get to a good spot where then I can actually put time and focus on her. And then we go wife hunting, and then we get the wife, and then I'm like, all right, we're gonna chill, we're gonna relax, we're gonna make some memories, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna, yay, all right, I'm bored. You want a kid? All right, let's get it rolling. Let's get a child up here. All right, I've got a mini me. Time to take over the world. All right, I've got an heir. I can get it
You
rolling.
have an heir.
I have an heir. Exactly. That's how you got to treat your children. They're heirs to your throne.
You're gonna get a kid when you're bored. That's a good reason to have one.
Listen, those are my prerequisites. I got no
But yeah,
problem.
I definitely want to have some kind of good career lined up beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get that figured out before jumping into anything. I mean, taking the next step or anything with anyone.
This is
Yeah.
where I stop agreeing with you. Careers are fickle. I know your path. I know you're on that. You want to win a
Oh, yeah.
Chick-fil-A and all
Oh, yeah.
that, but like, man, dude, careers are fickle. Even if you're the top dog, that could crumble. That could crumble so easy. It's like,
I want to have some secure job beforehand. I don't want to be still jumping around places and still looking for a place to settle down as far as work goes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be somewhere comfortable and feel like I'm in a good place there.
That's how I think. Like that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying not to be at a job to where like just because another job is gonna pay me $2 more, that I'm tempted to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be somewhere where I like to work and they're like paying me what I'm worth, basically. Like I
No,
don't
yeah.
want to, like for instance now, so say I was making $15 an hour. I don't want like say Chick-fil-A to come over and be like, oh, I'll pay you $20 an hour, and uh you could get the same amount of hours. Like I don't want to be like even tempted. I'll be like, no, yeah, I'm at a good place. I'm happy where I am. I can move up if I want to. I can stay the same if I need to. Stuff
so is
like
that your long-term goal is to be in a job?
No, my long-term goal is to work for myself.
Yes, sir. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. I'm about to spout something that is gonna be pretty hippo, because I'm the brokest person in this call. Uh, but I try to, I've got TikTok, right? It's a problem. It's an addiction, right? But it has some good stuff on it every once in a while. And I follow some kind of business people, and every once in a while I'll get something. I'll get a good inkling, but like yeah, this one dude, forget his name, some Chinese millionaire or billionaire or whatever. I've heard this echoed a lot. I don't take things from a single source. If something I hear it enough, which by the way, this is an information bias, and I could gaslight any of you using this, so beware. But I've heard it enough out of enough what I feel like are more credible sources to really put some thought into it. And they say, hey, you still work for money. That's why you're poor. You still save for money. That's why you're poor. That's why they do that. So, and then one thing I see echoed so often, which I want to start experimenting with when I have some capital, I want to start experimenting with this because what people do, at least these a lot more wealthy people, is they will borrow from the bank. Answer me this, gentlemen. Why is there no tax on debt? Why is there no tax on debt? Why can a bank offer you a loan with interest? Why is the interest not taxed? Explain that to me. Think about how much money circulates through interest, especially in our economy. Just about everybody who is in this country probably has had a loan at some point or some kind of payment with interest. Why is interest not taxed? Come that. Ever thought about that before?
No, I haven't. But that's a good point.
That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
So you know what people do to pivot this? They borrow. They borrow from the bank. And obviously, you can't go crazy with it. You can't borrow money you don't have. They borrow money from the bank and they spend not their money on assets. They spend money on things that are going to turn a profit for them. They don't spend it on cars, on purses, on houses. They spend it on things. My business requires a 3D printer. I'm going to take a loan out from the bank and buy this 3D printer. That way, this makes an affordable expense because not only do you not have to pay it in a lump sum, but if you do, that makes it even more convenient. You build credit, which means you can take out larger loans, um, and this in turn is also making you money with money you didn't have to actually spend. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I understand there's there's kind of an idea, well, like, oh, you have to pay that back eventually, right? Sure, right? But money constantly comes in and out. You know what I'm saying? You're not saving up this 5,000 something dollars to then go blow and lose entirely on this 3D printer. You have an opportunity to purchase an asset to make you money to pay itself off. And you didn't spend a dime out of your bank account. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
It's these little things that I strive to learn because I think those things are the key to getting me out of working these crappy 9 to 5 jobs. Listen, I just got a new job, got a new great opportunity. I think it's gonna be great. I think I want to stay there absolutely, but like, man, I don't want to work for somebody, bro. I have way too many issues with authority to do that.
That's always like running in the back of my head is I don't want to work for anybody because like this like anytime I think about it, this is like the story that I always go back to. So I was my job got a new office and we were moving stuff from our property to our office, like equipment and stuff, so we could have it in a secure location. And I just said like jokingly, I was like, hey, like we should pay somebody next time to move all this stuff. And the guy came up, like my boss came up and he goes, that's what I'm paying you to do. And it just kind of made me feel like I don't really know how to put it. Like I never want to feel like I'm at like
Kind of like
I'm
under someone's foot.
yeah, under someone's foot. Like you're paying me to do something that I don't even like want to do technically. So like I want to own like I want to be the top. I want to be the, person making my decisions if I want to, you know, do certain things and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I feel
that
that.
story just always replays in my head. I'm like I don't want to ever feel like that again.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to have a lot of latitude in my job.
Nice
And
word.
thank you. And I mean, when you go into business for yourself, I mean, you have that ability,
Hmm.
and I mean, that's kind of the dream.
Yeah, that's everybody's dream.
If it was easy, everybody would do it. I wouldn't, you know.
I don't
It's
think that it's necessarily. I don't think it's.
well, hot take.
I don't think that it's not that people can't do it. It's that they're a lot of people are too lazy to do it. They think
What does
that
that
just
mean?
because you're set back once that it's over, and a lot of people give up after that. Like you can't like nothing was ever built in a day. You have to keep working at it. You got to keep like even like anything, like even going to the gym, building your body, sticking to a diet. You can't take one step back and then just give up completely. You have to keep trying. You have to keep pushing, and then you'll realize that hey, I can, I was able to save up more, $600 more in the business this month, to put towards something else. Hey, I was able to do this. I was able to push further, and it just keeps going and going and going, and then you finally get to where you want to be, and then you're where you're at. It can't just be I got turned down for this loan. For my business loan, I don't have this extra, $1,000. I can't start my business. Let me just go ahead and give up.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of trial and error. Fear of failure. Here's the biggest thing I feel like, at least for me personally, because I have no problems failing. I fail at everything. I suck. I've got no issue with it. I'll keep trying again. I it took me like what I was sitting at plat one for like 4 days, and I kept hitting plat one and D ranking over and over and over again. Obviously, that's a fickle example, but you know what I mean by it. Um, you know what I mean. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with failing. Here's the thing: resetting. This is something that is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I despise the idea of constantly getting hired at another Chick-fil-A to make my minimum payments and to have a little cash in my pocket and then to try again and start again and do it again. But this is what I'm assuming, right? Because I haven't been very hot yet. Currently, the highest level of like income I'm producing is like, okay, I was making good money as a loan officer assistant, and I could have scaled that into probably making like 200,000, a year, something like that, being a loan officer. That's not really a life I wanted after seeing what their day to day looks like. And a day to day matters, and I feel like that would make me absolutely miserable. And obviously, my misery matters to me. um, so that was kind of the level that I was kind of seeing. So I'm not, I haven't seen what it looks like to be your own boss yet, right? So I can't really speak to that. But from what I gather, what I understand is that after you've basically put your reps in and you've tried a couple of times, you can make money fast. Your starting point, if you get to a higher rank, you place in a higher one next time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that almost applies to finances because I literally have watched people do it. Well, they go, okay, I'm gonna start with $1 this year and I'm gonna make 1,000,000, and then they just do it. What? What do you mean? And you can watch that person do step by step and not be able to recreate it yourself. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? I'm thinking, why am I not a millionaire right now? Because I don't know how.
I wonder that every day, Johnny.
Why am I not a millionaire right
I
now?
wonder that every day.
Do you actually?
Every day, I wonder why I'm not a millionaire.
Are you memeing me? You memeing me right now, Dylan? Because that
No, I mean,
that genuinely goes
I'm
through my head.
Like genuinely, I literally wake up every day and I'm like, why am I still living in a small 900 square foot apartment? Why am I not living at the top number one house in Charlotte right now? And
On
then I go to
God.
work.
And then you go to work. I just like it's. Dang, it's so hard to see what it looks like from the top. It's so hard because like from the top you're just looking like, bro, you could step right there and climb up. What are you doing? But from down here, I'm like, I can't see anything. It's dark. Like I don't. Obviously, if I had the answers, I'd love to spread and share. But like, all I've got is regurgitated advice. That sounds good. It makes sense, and in theory, I'd like to capitalize on. But like, little things, I think I need to start doing. And once I get, obviously, right now I'm just trying to get my bread up, and this new job will help a lot. I've got some prerequisites. I'm gonna use that word a lot. Prerequisites. I wanna, get a place solid down. I want a stable set of living. I want to be in control of my own space. I want to be in control of my environment. And that's hard because this housing economy sucks wieners.
Hey, it's gotten a little better right now.
Has
It's
it?
gotten a little down. Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
trying to live in Waxhaw.
I'm just trying to live anywhere, honestly, that's like out far from. Like, I'm not trying to live in cities. I'm not trying to live in a cul-de-sac. I'm just trying to live to where I can't see my neighbor next to me.
I feel that. Long term, I mean, I'd love to live somewhere where I had my own piece of land, somewhere secluded, private, but still kind of in the suburbs area. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but having your own piece of property there, like all to yourself and somewhere.
Like, I'm at this point where like even if I buy like a small like property and like say like I work like just something that's mine and say I like put like a smaller like even like trailer on it, it's still a step up from anything else. And just slowly like maybe develop it, get it, keep building and building it up, and then eventually that'll be worth more than I paid for it.
Well,
And then maybe
do you know why I fundamentally think that that's a poor mindset?
why?
Because look at all the work you got to do. I have to put in X amount of hours, and after this undefined period of time, it'll all of a sudden be worth it, right? And that's a step up from where you're at, obviously, right? But let me pose this thing because I've heard this floating around. I actually know people who are doing this, where they will essentially live for free. You get enough, and it's like 10K by the way. You put a down payment on a house, right? And then you save up money for mortgage. You get roommates. These roommates will pay for your mortgage. You live for free.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what Ramon and Tyler are for.
I don't know. That's what Ramon and Tyler for.
Like literally, like yeah, I've literally been told that since I was 12. Like literally, like you buy a house. Like that's why like my roommate he won't listen. He does the same thing. Like my grandmother has been preaching that to me since day one. You know.
So like I feel like stuff like that because here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm not a hard worker. I don't feel like I give off that vibe. I've worked with you, Hudson. Would you say, I'm a poor worker, or I have a poor work ethic?
No, of course not. You're a hard worker.
All right. So I feel like I have a decent track record of like, okay, I put in my time, I put in my effort. When I work, I work. I'm not out here, cutting corners, doing all that junk. But I think hard work is stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's a waste of my time because people don't pay me for my hard work. You're not going to get paid for your hard work working for somebody else. It's not going to give you any form of dividends. There's nothing about that is actually going to pay out for you whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because guess what this working culture and working society we have develops. People slack. People slack. Absolutely. Whether they're legitimately bad at their jobs or they just don't feel like it today. What do you do as a hard worker? Pick up their slack. That's what you do. Because especially in terms of Chick-fil-A, you have a very simple role. And in most jobs, you have a simple role. You don't have complex decision making that needs to be done. Even if you do, it's usually now let me put this in perspective, right? If you have a simple task, you're a hard worker, you do your job very well, you get your tasks done. It's routine. It's routine. It's easy for you. You know how to work hard. Somebody else slacks. What do? You pick up their slack. People above you, right? People with complex roles, what do? Their job is picking up people's slack. That's their whole role. That's what a managerial role is picking up slack. That's what the whole thing is. You oversee the whole system and see where slack is and you pick it up. And then you create systems to prevent slacking from being a problem. That's the whole thing. That's all you do. It's all we do in any job. Is if you're a hard worker, you get to pick up more slack. That's what you do. You get more stuff piled on your plate. For example, putting it in Chick-fil-A terms, I can run the whole store. I swear to you, I can. I'm capable of that. I promise you, I can run the books. I can help solve labor problems. I can do anything with food safety. Don't even get started about organization. It's a mess over there. You know what I mean? Reworking work culture, getting more business in, all those things I can handle. I'm capable of those things. They're never going to pay me enough to do those things. Ever. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I don't know. I appreciate hard work, and it might not just be in the sense of, hey, you're this low wage worker at some fast food place, right? I think just in general, whether you're applying your hard work to that job or just your personal life, I think it pays off in the long run. So let's say you apply it to your job, your low paying job somewhere. You work really, really hard. You get recognition for it. And that helps you to move up in the ranks. And let's say you through hard work, you can climb as high as you ever could at your current job. Okay, that's great. You might say, okay, well, I'm not going to work hard because I can only get to this high. Okay, but does that translate into something else? Can you put that on your resume? Can you speak to those roles that you worked? Can you speak to those problems that you solved in those roles as you climbed up the chain of command? How are you able to use that experience and use those stories that you developed there and bring it into the next phase of your life? See, if you're looking at it long term, I think that hard work really pays off. If you're looking at it short term, you're thinking, I can only climb this high. I wouldn't want to even do all that for the amount of work I have to put in. But it's an investment, and it can be a foundation for what you want in the long term. What do you want to move towards? So I don't know. I think that hard work really pays off, even in your personal life.
Mhm.
If you're outworking someone, let's say, you're the person who gets up at 6 a.m., goes to the gym, knocks out everything that he has to do for before the other guy even gets up, right? You have so much more freedom in your day. Or let's say you continue to work. Let's say you're working a job and it takes up most of your time, but you're working so hard that you get it done really, really quickly, and you use the rest of your time instead of sleeping or sitting on your couch. You use that time to develop your own business in your free time. Most people don't have that drive or that discipline to do it, and they'll come home. They'll say, "Hey, I just had a long day at work. I'm just gonna relax, sit on my couch." But the person who's hardworking, they get off their butt and they go put in the work elsewhere, and they're that much more far ahead than the person who just sat on their couch. So I think hard work pays off a whole lot in you know wherever you are in your life, working or just personal life at home, wherever.
Now, I know you don't have a whole lot of time left, but I do want to I do want to touch on what you just said because are you familiar with burnout culture?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's basically what you literally just described. Here's the thing: you are one of the most disciplined individuals I've ever met. You have a phenomenal work ethic. You get stuff done. You work on a lot. You juggle a lot, and it looks like nothing to you. It's like light as a feather. Absolutely, you're an incredible employee. If I made a company, I want to hire you first. Absolutely, I think you're an asset to anybody. I'm dead ass. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That being said, even you have limits. You get tired. You can't avoid that. There's nothing in you that can avoid that. Mister, you go to bed at 10. Tell, with your schedule, right? If you want to tack on another 3 hours to work on some side business, you're not getting enough sleep. I promise you, I know for a fact you can handle that. I know you can handle that. You would do what you need to do. Drink a coffee, whatever, stay up, do what you need to do. Absolutely. You're burning yourself out. That's what a lot of people do. These successful, right? What they do is they've convinced themselves that burning out is okay. That they have more energy than they actually possess, and they're not intentional with their energy, which is why they're fine with wasting it. Because in terms of what I mentioned earlier, obviously hard work benefits you. It has a lot of benefits to you, and if you're not a hard worker, you're a loser. That's just what it is. You need hard work plus the other stuff. You cannot have the other stuff and no hard work, right? You have to be able to put in the effort when you need to. But my whole thing is that if you're gonna put all this time in, if you're gonna put all this time in at work and work super hard and impress everybody, then you're gonna go home. And you're like, man, I'm exhausted. But do you know what? Instead of taking a rest, I'm gonna go work on this business, son. I'm gonna go put all this time in. You're gonna get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? And then you put yourself, you then put yourself worth in that with how productive you were. How many hours did you just put into your work? And that degrades you very quickly. Absolutely. Because if you, for example, today you went home, you're like, man, I'm just so tired. I'm gonna take a nap. You feel like garbage when you wake up. You're like, man, I could have done so many things with this time. You feel like garbage. You shouldn't. You're taking care of yourself. You're doing the things you should do to make life worth living. But you're like, man, I could have put another 3 hours into my business. That's tough.
Yeah, I get that, and I get people get burnt out, but I also feel like if you really don't ever put any type of work into whatever you're trying to pursue,
hmm
I feel like you also really don't get anywhere either. Like say
Absolutely.
Hudson,
I'm
if
discussing
say,
an extreme there though.
yeah,
Hudson's
I'm
extreme.
just saying like for instance, like if Hudson came home and he, if he didn't spend 3 hours every day on his business, then his business may never, you know, do whatever he like. Just because he's getting burned out, I feel like you still have to maybe like kind of push through and get to where you need to, and then kind of take a break.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a dichotomy between the two. So you don't want to
Nice
be in a place
word.
where yeah, you don't want to be in a place where you're completely burnt out,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you have to you have to have some kind of drive, and you have to embrace the suck at some level,
Mhm.
right? You can't go back home and say, let's say you're feeling really tired. Okay, because you're feeling tired, does that mean that you should take a nap? Maybe not.
No, I
Probably
get
you should
up and
probably
pick
get
up those
more probably
dumbbells,
get some more
baby.
work done. As far as, I mean, say you get burnt out at your low paying job. I mean, if push comes to shove and you really feel burnt out, get out of there. Do something else. But put your hard work to use. It does Hard work doesn't mean that you have to stay in the same place and say, I'm gonna outwork everyone here. It's gonna suck, but I'm gonna do it. Go somewhere where you enjoy it, where you can embrace it more, but still put in that hard work and outwork everyone else in the room. But find the situation that brings the most value to you, to everyone else around you, and be able to claim that value and also create more wherever you are. I mean, I still think hard work triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would be inclined to agree here. I mean, here's the thing. My biggest gripe with it, right, is that at least personally, I've definitely had a lot of endeavors where it's like, okay, I put in the hard work. I did everything right. Still amounted to nothing. And that happens. That's just how it works sometimes. Sometimes it just is what it is. You can put in whatever work you want. So, okay, I'm thinking, all right, I know how to work hard. I know how to put in the time and the effort. Now I'm trying to figure out when. When is the right time to put in the hard work? Like you said, it's an economy. Your time is money, and it's not money as in our tangible dollars, yen, ruble, whatever. It's our resource. It's such a valuable resource, and it's learning how to get that time is, I feel like, a big thing that will mature me a lot. I feel like that unlocking that secret of, like, I know how to manage my time well, which is such a simple statement. Just manage your time well, bro. You have X amount of hours, schedule them out. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple. That's just it. Just doesn't end up working out that way. But once I unlock that, I feel like that's just such a big level up. Such a big level up. It's gonna put me on a different level than so many people around me, which is gonna be fantastic, obviously. But man, is it a process to understand? It's a process to learn. Sure, putting in hard work is cool and all, but like, I'm a person where everything is in levels for me. Everything is in percentages. I hate wasted effort. It that's the thing that gets me the most. It's when I put in a lot of time and effort and it amounts to nothing. I hate that. That stuff gets to me. I don't appreciate it. So I like to put in a lot of pre thinking, pre decision making into, like, okay, is this gonna be worth my time? Yeah, I can't know for sure. You can't. You can't go into a relationship knowing, okay, this person's gonna get reciprocate. You can't go into a job thinking, I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this. It's gonna be a good experience. You can't know those things for sure. But damn it, am I gonna try, baby? There are tricks. There are tricks. You can boil down those percentages. You can get them decently high.
All right. Well, I gotta go for the night.
Yes, sir. I believe Hudson has to go as well.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for the
All right, hang
convo.
on. Wait. One thing before we leave. Have y'all seen the new kayak that they're selling?
Oh, they're selling a new kayak.
Yeah. Okay. So
that
it's
mean?
$21,000.
I gotta go.
Seriously.
$21,000 because it has a motor in it that you control with your feet.
Oh, I've
And
seen this.
it has a speaker, like a cooler, it has like spots for your fishing rods if you need. Like it's like a deep sea
You could build it.
like kayak bait. You could build it for less, like probably like $1,000. But it's selling
Really?
$21,000 right now, and it's on sale for 19,000.
Oh, what a deal! Why don't you
Yeah,
just
everyone
get it?
cop it real
deal.
quick.
What a
Everyone
deal!
cop it right now.
You
But
should
yeah,
get
I've
it,
been
Dylan.
seeing it's blowing up everywhere. Like everybody loves it.
That's crazy.
We need to do a
Not for that amount
podcast
of
on a
money.
kayak.
I just thought that was
For
weird.
that amount of money.
All right, next
All right.
podcast on the kayak.
Yeah.
For real.
Honest.
I could go into depth on it. Like,
That's
No,
cool.
we're gonna be on the kayak talking about the kayak.
okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right.
God
In
bless.
in that case, good convo.
Okay, well,
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. See ya.
sir. Deuces.
Adios.